Today, we are going to take a look at the mechanisms in our body that contribute to weight gain and weight loss. How and when do we lose weight? Well, weight loss doesn't exist in a vacuum. Achieving your healthiest weight happens only when your body itself is healthy, not in a state where it feels it's being deprived. The dynamics of weight loss are related to the changes your body makes when you follow your genetically tailored diet. In the beginning, when you eat according to your blood type, your body makes the dramatic shift of eliminating foods that are poorly digested or toxic. The first thing it does is try to flush out the toxins that are already there. Those toxins are deposited in the fat tissue. So the process of eliminating toxins also means eliminating fat. What exactly do lectins do to you that cause weight gain? Now, depending on your blood type, the lectin activity of certain foods may do one or some or all of the following. It may inflame the digestive tract lining. It may interfere with the digestive process, causing bloating. It may slow down the rate of food metabolism, so you don't efficiently burn calories for energy. It may compromise the production of insulin. And it may upset the hormonal balance, causing water retention, thyroid disorders, and other problems. For example, after consuming certain foods that contain lectins that don't jive with your blood type, you may experience bloating, heartburn, and other digestive problems. This may be more than a simple food intolerance. The walls of the stomach and intestines are lined with sensitive receptors that interact with and respond to the lectins in those avoid foods. At first, you may experience that interaction as a mild digestive problem or a dull, listless feeling after eating foods that are not right for you. Over time, the result is a steadily deteriorating state of health, loss of energy, and weight gain. Now, the good news is by removing those avoid foods and replacing them with foods that are more suitable for your blood type, you will begin to experience the benefits of a leaner, cleaner, and more energetic body. Now, let's take a look at the major factors contributing to weight gain in different blood types. So for blood type A, the factors that contribute to weight gain include ineffective animal protein breakdown, poor metabolism of saturated fats, adrenal hormone stress imbalance, tendencies toward higher blood and cell viscosity, and bacterial overgrowth. Let's take a look at the foods that contribute to those factors. Foods that contribute to ineffective animal protein and fat breakdown include red meats, pork, organ meats, shellfish, crustaceans such as lobster and crab, tropical and industrial oils such as coconut oil, and hydrogenated oil that is often found in processed food, and also high-fat cheeses. Foods that contribute to a tendency toward higher blood and cell viscosity in type A include vinegar, oranges, cow's milk products, distilled liquors, and guar gum, which is an additive in some processed food. Bacterial overgrowth. These are the foods that contribute to bacterial overgrowth. White and sweet potatoes, black pepper, navy beans, oranges, kidney beans, lima beans, and whey, which is a protein in milk. Now let's take a look at the weight loss superfoods for type A. These are the foods that are intelligent protein choices. Soy, sardines, snapper, snails, and acceptable legumes, beans, and nuts. And these are the foods that will increase your cell viscosity. Water, green tea, lemons, pineapple, blueberries, blackberries, and acceptable oils such as olive oil, flaxseed oil, and walnut oil. The following are foods that help you control and balance your gut microbiome. Escarole, dandelion, chard, broccoli rape, fava beans, prunes, and silver dollar mushrooms. Now, let's take a look at the factors that contribute to weight gain in type B individuals. They include lectin sensitivity. This means that type Bs have a heightened sensitivity for lectins. That will affect your metabolic efficiency, resulting in fatigue, fluid retention, and hypoglycemia. Another factor that contributes to your weight gain is liver detox dysfunction. And the third one is hyperassimilator tendencies. Now, what does hyperassimilator tendencies mean? That means some elements in the digestive tract normally just pass through unprocessed, like digestive resistant starches and fiber. But hyperassimilators will convert these sugars and calories due to an overabundance of the enzyme called alpha glucosidase, which helps digest starches into sugars. So that means you are more prone to converting the starches into sugars and calories, and that will make it easier for you to gain weight. And the last factor is imbalanced microbiome in the gut. Now let's take a look at the foods that contribute to these factors. Foods that cause lectin sensitivity include chicken, corn, buckwheat, wheat, rye, amaranth, sesame, and soy. Foods that cause liver detox dysfunction include lentils, black beans, black-eyed peas, mung beans, artichokes, and aloe. Foods that cause hyperassimilator tendencies include peanuts, cashews, corn, cornstarch, maltodextrin, black pepper, poppy seeds, pinto beans, and rhubarb. And foods that cause microbiome imbalance include sorghum, peanuts, sucrose, dextrose, carrageenan, acacia or gum arabic, and distilled liquor. So avoid all those foods to avoid weight gain. And now eat the following foods for weight loss. They are your superfoods. Foods that block lectin sensitivity include cultured dairy products, ricotta cheese, kefir, cottage cheese, mozzarella, farmer cheese, feta cheese, and paneer. Foods that help build active tissue. Having active tissues means that you will be able to have more efficient metabolism. And they include halibut, cod, mackerel, sardines, lamb, and rabbit. Foods that improve your liver function include mustard greens, beet greens, parsnips, green tea, licorice root tea, curry powder, and ginger root. And foods that blunt hyperassimilator tendencies. They actually block the function of the body from turning starch into sugars, and therefore it helps you to lose weight. And these foods include mushrooms, including silver dollar mushrooms, enoki, and maitake mushrooms, Brussels sprouts, blueberries, blackberries, grapes, and whey. And foods that help promote a balanced microbiome include brewer's yeast, molasses, and cabbage. Now, let's take a look at the factors that contribute to weight gain in type O individuals. They include insulin resistance, intestinal dysbiosis, thyroid hormone imbalance, and inflammation. What are the foods that contribute to these weight gain factors? The foods that trigger inflammation in type O individuals include wheat, corn, bacon, cow's milk and cow's milk products, kidney beans, lentils, navy beans, potatoes, tomatoes, corn oil, peanut oil, and food additives, including carrageenan. Foods that encourage dysbiosis, which is a bacteria overgrowth in the intestines. They include cow's milk, corn, potatoes, rhubarb, and oranges. Foods that trigger leaky gut include tomatoes, corn, cow's milk, coffee, aloe, vinegar, and barley. And foods that impair proper thyroid function are cabbage, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, and mustard greens. Now, having a sluggish thyroid function impairs your metabolism. That's why it's important to avoid eating these foods to avoid a sluggish thyroid. And foods that interact with metabolic hormones include wheat, kidney beans, and navy beans. Now, let's take a look at the superfoods that will help you lose weight. Foods that will reduce inflammation include omega-3 containing fish, such as cod, halibut, red snapper, and trout. Walnuts, hazelnuts, flaxseed oil, parsnip, peas, and pineapple. Foods that encourage the growth of healthy gut bacteria include onions, string beans, broccoli, escarole, chicory, Swiss chard, and kale. Foods that increase active tissue mass are beef, veal, buffalo, lamb, and mutton. Foods that encourage proper thyroid function include chicory, onions, peas, beet greens, collard greens, maitake mushrooms, fava beans, and prunes. Now, lastly, let's take a look at the factors that contribute to weight gain in type AB individuals. And they are bacterial overgrowth, dysbiosis, cell signaling issues, stress, and lectin sensitivities. What are the foods that contribute to these factors? Well, foods that contribute to lectin sensitivity include chicken, haddock, flounder, corn, kidney beans, mung beans, chickpeas, lima beans, black beans, fava beans, black-eyed peas, sesame, sunflower seeds, and buckwheat. Foods that lead to bacterial overgrowth include oranges, bananas, guava, mangoes, radishes, rhubarb, Jerusalem artichokes, camembert cheese, distilled liquor, dextrose, sucrose, fructose, guar gum, carrageenan, cornstarch, sago, adzuki beans, and sorghum. There are foods that cause immune imbalance in the body. They include pork, sucrose, dextrose, carrageenan, acacia, aspartame, distilled liquor, coffee, and sorghum. Now let's take a look at the superfoods that will help you lose weight. Foods that block lectin sensitivity include yogurt, feta cheese, farmer cheese, and mozzarella cheese. Foods that build active tissue mass include turkey, chicken eggs, cod, tuna, salmon, sardines, grouper, tofu, and tempeh. Foods that improve cell signaling include watermelon, figs, cranberries, cherries, plums, blackberries, garlic, onions, eggplant, curry powder, peanuts, walnuts, olive oil, walnut oil, and green tea. And foods that help balance your microbiome include mushrooms, such as silver dollar mushrooms, portobello, enoki, and maitake. Cabbages, amaranth, dandelion greens, watercress, miso, kefir, and brewer's yeast. Now that you have learned the mechanisms in your body that contribute to weight gain and weight loss, isn't it easier for you to implement the changes in your diet so that you will avoid those foods that contribute to your weight gain and eat more of all those beneficial foods that contribute to weight loss?